Good evening, friends. A very warm welcome
Good
for all
evening.
those friends who are just joining. We were just introspecting. Today, we've taken the topic as self worth. And I suggested to the friends who had joined a little earlier to do a little introspection. When do they feel worthy? When do they feel good about themselves? So you can just note that down. We will continue now with the meeting, but as you're listening to me, whenever things come to you, you can just write it down. So, friends have shared, I feel worthy after finishing any task that I have set out, after achieving something that's wonderful, right? These are some of the common things, right? So, friends, this is exactly what happens to all of us, right? In school, when we are going, when we say completing a task, in school, when we are going, we are given a task, and when we finish that, that is what makes us feel good about ourselves. Right from childhood, our attention is going out. We start looking out for love. We start looking out for people, to get signals from people that we are okay the way we are, to get love. So when somebody is saying something good about us, praising us, when we feel we are receiving love from them, somewhere we register, yes, when I do this, that is what makes me good. That is what makes me okay. When we finish the task, teacher praises, the mother praises, right in childhood, when you finish your meal, oh, wow, very good, they'll clap, right? So you finish something, that is a applause, and you feel good. You feel you are okay. You feel validated. You feel worthy with so many of these things. So we've really grown up here with all these conditions. So when this happens, we are worthy. When this happens, we feel good about ourselves. And that is how we have registered, and that is how we've started learning ourselves as being. This is somewhere connected to the alternate reality. As souls, as the absolute reality, we are complete in ourselves. We are coming from all the same source. We are actually that the same God being, right, within, and we are complete. So the mystics who have actually understood themselves, the people who have done this work, there is so much beautiful wisdom that has come from them. And one of the beautiful stuff that has come is from a psychologist called Howard. He gave what is called as Howard's law of self-worth, or Howard's law of human worth, because recognizing that we constantly keep looking outside. Now, this, what is the problem in looking outside? There is no problem. But we all may have heard about imposter syndrome. Even people who have achieved a lot, they also inside feel, did I really do it? Actually, I'm not good enough. Somewhere inside, they keep feeling empty, because if we are not connecting to the words that is already there within, on a everyday basis, we will keep looking out. You will keep putting posts on Facebook, Instagram, and waiting who checked my stories, how many people have, liked my stuff. So we are constantly then going to be dependent on people outside to make us feel okay. People outside to give us love. Every day we want love from outside. We want to experience that unconditional love, right? And then we feel we are good enough. So on an everyday basis, we could be trying to prove ourselves, but somewhere that feeling does not go. Change always happens from within to out. So whenever it happens, so it may happen that somebody says, no, I'm going to work outside, I'm going to make a lot of money, and then only I can kind of do any of this. We can do that. But even after that, when that emptiness is there, we have to look at how we feel about ourselves. So this Howard, he gave these laws of self-worth, which are very beautiful. I would like you all to check on the internet these laws of self-worth, but I'll just give you some pointers. So he says, as human beings, we all have internal, eternal, infinite, unchanging worth as people. So it is internal. It is not coming from outside. This worth, the actual worth. You actually have a diamond within, which you're not seeing. And you're looking outside for that light, for that shine. So he's saying this worth is actually internal. It is eternal. So it's not waiting for anything. It's always there, and it will be always there, even after you lose anything, even if you don't do anything. Infinite, unchanging worth as people. The other beautiful thing he says is all people have equal worth. In our society, what is it? How is it that we have been trained? We have heard, right? This girl is so beautiful. We saw in our fairy tales, this girl was so beautiful. And then she got married to the prince. She got the king. Somebody who's not so beautiful will not get something like that. When we use this term, this person is worth this many million, right? Then this word worth, somewhere it is registered in us that it is this amount of money. So a lot of the times, the traditional way it was that for men, their worth was coming from how much money they had, how much power they had. And for the woman, it came a lot from the looks. How was her body, right? A lot of that worth is coming from that. It is conditional worth. Because then, if you then become fat, or if you then, something happens and you lose, you don't look as good, obviously, then you start feeling down about yourself. So he said that this all people have equal worth. The worth is neither comparative nor competitive. Another thing that he says is the worth doesn't have to be proved or earned. It already exists. Now, when I'm sharing this with you, friends, how do we actually connect with this worth, right? Because somewhere the fact is we are not there. We may not be feeling that right now. But if we recognize that, okay, when the wise ones are saying, the ones who have known themselves are saying that I kept looking outside for so long, but actually that worth was found within. What we need to do is we need to trust this. We need to start changing from within outwards. We need to start looking within. How can I today start feeling more worthy? Right? So, what we need to do is every day connecting with ourselves with this beautiful insight and this trusting this wisdom. Imagine, friends, if as children we were taught meditation, right? It would be so beautiful. What we are doing is we are constantly going out. But when a child is taught meditation, the child is learning that there is something beautiful within which you need to connect to. We all as children feel we don't want to sleep. There are times that, children have this FOMO. They don't want to sleep. The mothers are saying, oh my God, the child is so sleepy, but she wouldn't sleep. Why does the child not sleep? This child also has FOMO, right? Now FOMO has become so common. Everybody has FOMO, right? Now this child doesn't want to miss out. The cousins are there. They will have some fun. I don't want to miss that out. So we are constantly trying to look out. But if as adults, we are practicing meditation in the house, if as kids, we are teaching them, look within, there is something so beautiful within, something amazing that you need to connect with every day, right? They will know that there is something beautiful within. That is what will actually help them to also connect to their worth. They will know that all the beauty is not outside. There's a lot of beauty inside. I need to connect with that beauty within. And they will start feeling powerful because they actually start connecting to the power within. So this practice of meditation is so beautiful. And as we are talking about self-worth, friends, because self-worth is really developed as kids. A lot of the worthiness, we feel worthy when our parents give us love, when they give time to us, we feel we are worthy. That's how they're giving us time. When they give us attention, that's how we feel we are worthy of it. When they don't give us attention, right now we may be saying, oh, they were busy. They used to go to work. They were very busy. But the fact is, your self-worth will be very down. Because somewhere a part of you feels that you were not worthy of that attention. Something was more important. So it's the logical mind which understands that, okay, they had to work, whatever the explanations that we have. But the unconscious, this is what we feel. And because when stuff is there in the unconscious, that is what we need to pay attention to. Otherwise, that is what is sabotaging our life. Unconsciously, it's playing under us. So we need to start paying attention to that, friends. Now, how do we actually start connecting to the worth? One, I said, of course, most important is the meditation. Another thing that is most important when we talk about self-worth. So as an adult now, when I'm here and I don't feel worthy, okay, friends, if you have already also noted down some things that make you feel worthy, if you'd like to put it in the chat, you can do that. There are three things we will need to pay attention to. We said that as souls, we are complete in ourselves. But when we are coming here, there is so much that has happened. Our parents probably did not give us time and attention. They were not available. Then there are relationships that went bad as adults. Probably I flawed in those relationships. Probably I made mistakes. Probably I made certain other mistakes during school time. Now, we don't easily forgive ourselves. So, with self worth, we also need to pay attention to forgiveness. We also need to pay attention to acceptance. We will be able to connect to the worth when we accept ourselves. Now, let's take an example. So, supposing you have flawed. Okay, let me take an example of a person. That's an old couple, and this person, he had an extramarital affair. Okay, and because of that, a beautiful relationship that was there of so many years got spoiled. Now this person is feeling very guilty, right? So you can't accept yourself, you are hiding, you're feeling guilty, you can't forgive yourself. Now all of us, friends, have made certain mistakes. The mistakes are part of our human journey. As a part of the personality here, we are all flawed. We all have certain shortcomings. I have certain shortcomings. I can see, I'm just going to take few names. Sanjukta has certain shortcomings, probably. Ankit will have certain shortcomings, right? So we all have certain shortcomings. We all may have made certain mistakes. And the fact is that it is through making some mistakes also that we learn certain lessons. So what is important is that we are actually here, we are planning certain shortcomings also. Certain mistakes also probably are just bound to happen, because that is the way when we make a mistake, we then learn from it. So we got to pay attention to three things. We got to pay attention that there is a lesson always to learn. We need to pay attention to that lesson. Now, when I'm saying forgiveness, of course, if we say that, oh, I'll just forget about it, right? Forgiveness is not forgetting. If you made a mistake, you cannot say, oh, let me just forget about it. In my next relationship, I will not do that, right? We have to pay attention to that. There is some beautiful lesson that may be there in it. We need to look at that. How will you be able to look into it? When we say lesson, is not something that you just talk about it and you know what the lesson is. When we start looking deeper into it, that is when you will know the lesson. That intuition is already there in you. It will start coming up, it will start uncovering. But for us to be able to look deeper, what is the attitude that we need to do is self-acceptance. That whatever I may have done, I have to now look deeper. I have to accept myself. So three key things I would say: acceptance, lesson, and forgiveness. And all three of them go together. The more you accept yourself, the more you're able to learn the lesson, understand the lesson. The more you're able to learn the lesson, the more forgiveness that you will be able to do. Forgiveness is a journey. So it is not that you'll say, oh, today I'm deciding to forgive myself and it will happen the same day. It's a journey. You keep forgiving yourself till the time it becomes a non-issue, till the time that chapter in your mind is closed. It doesn't bother you, it doesn't come to you. Till the time you look at that part of the chapter, even if it was very painful at that time, you look at it with love, with understanding, with gratitude. That it's so good that it happened, that otherwise I would have missed this lesson. So when we come to that understanding that it has closed, that is when it will be so beautiful. Anything in life that we have not been able to kind of make peace with, that we are not really, that chapter is not closed, we need to pay attention to that. And why is this connected to worth? Why are we talking about this? Because theory wise, we'll be able to otherwise, understand, oh, we should feel worthy. A lot of the times, friends, I have met people, they say, oh, worthy, if I feel worthy, then I should ask for more money, right? They start using this self-worth concept at a very superficial level, right? If I'm worthy, I can say no to people, I can say no for whatever that they may ask, right? And in that, what happens is, when we use this concept very superficially, we will somewhere start disconnecting from people. Hence, loneliness is the problem that's really happening, because we can't really, we feel the other person is not worthy of me, right? Now, this is, we start putting ourselves up, we start feeling, oh, I am up, right? This is also a mask. This is also, you are actually not connecting to your real worth. Because when you connect to your real worth, you also know that the other is as well worthy, right? So you never treat the other person in a way that you are up or the other is down. Now, what is self? How do we know that we are not having a healthy sense of worth? If I feel down about myself, up about somebody, that also I need to look at my self-worth. If I feel I am up and the other is down, even there I need to look at my self-worth, right? This is not a real concept. This is not the true worth that you're connecting to. So when you're connected to your true worth, the real diamond that's there within you, you will be able to see the other is as well worthy. You will never treat the other person in a way that you treat them lower than you. So today, friends, as we will meditate, this analogy of in the Mother Earth, right? Or when you have to look for something valuable, you have to go deep. All the precious metals, all the water is going to be deep. So whenever you want something, you have to dig deeper. In a similar way, when we actually want to connect to the real worth, we have to look deep within. And as we are looking deep within, these attitudes that I mentioned of acceptance, forgiveness, and knowing, understanding, that we have to look at the lesson. With this understanding, we look deeper. So today, when we'll do meditation, we will just be with the breath, but just letting yourself just connect deeper. And with this trust that the worth is there, that innate, infinite, eternal worth is there within me as well as within everybody. So the last 5 minutes, I will ask that we all collectively feel that we are all worthy and we really bring out our light. Why do we need to actually connect to this? For us to really live the purpose that we are here for, we have to rise above the mundane. We have to rise above the daily roti kapra makan and connect to our real worth. That is when we will be really able to be the powerful beings that we are actually meant to be, right? We all crave for that. We all do things and read and attend these kind of sessions just for that. Okay, so that's the meditation that we are going to do, friends. Any questions before we start the meditation? Anybody would like to share anything? You can also unmute and share.
Can I ask a question, Dr. Preeti?
Yes. Is that
Yeah,
something?
yes,
Yes.
Dr. Preeti. Yes. So, Dr. Preeti, you said that, many people say that you should believe that you're worthy of abundance and everything, but you said that it is also a wrong concept. Can you please explain?
No, it's not a wrong concept.
Hmm.
It's a beautiful concept because we have been conditioned that we should not ask for money.
Okay.
Okay. So, what is the concept? If you remember our time movies, what were these movies? That there was a, so I'm just taking this example because somewhere this affected me quite a bit. I realized subconsciously it was affecting me. So all the movies when I was growing up, there was a hero heroine, right? One was from poor background, one was from a rich background, and their parents obviously wouldn't allow, right? Now the rich ones were the bad ones. So if you remember the movies in those times, right, anybody who had money was the bad one. They were
Hmm.
cruel. So some of the messaging that we've got. Secondly, when there is money, there are fights that happen, right?
Hmm.
There's a saying that I had heard, "Paisa rishto ki talwar hai." So whenever there's going to be money, it's going to break relationships, right? So we have actually grown up believing, feeling that money is bad. Then because we don't feel worthy of it, right? Like as kids, as I said, that when we are growing up, okay, we believe that my worth is not there, right? I have to prove XYZ, right? We've been all told things. You have to work very hard to get anything. So it's basically that internal worth is not there, right? The other thing that we have believed, our circumstances have made us believe that there is lack, there is not enough for everybody. So what happens is that unconsciously we feel that it's not good to ask. So when we talk about this concept of self-worth, we say you will be able to ask only when you feel worthy, right? So it's a beautiful, beautiful concept. But like I said, so if somebody feels I am low, the other is up, I should not ask. Okay. Then we have to say, yes, no, you're worthy. You should ask. But however, a lot of the times now, people also kind of take as if I'm not getting money, that me this much money, that means that I'm not worthy. Hence,
Okay.
to prove, I will ask more.
Okay.
Right? We are again looking at outside. We are again saying, ultimately, I believe it's outside. Tomorrow, in COVID, what happened? So many people lost jobs. So many people took a cut. If that outside is again ruling our inside, how am I feeling? You're really becoming slave to that, right? So
Okay.
it's basically, the point is we have to focus on the internal self-worth.
Thank you. Quite
Thank you.
clear. Thank you so much.
Are we ready for meditation, friends? Is there any other question anybody has? That's wonderful. So friends, we can close our eyes. Take a comfortable posture. If anybody is new to it, we will just anchor our mind, our awareness with the breath. You can clasp your fingers in your lap, cross your feet. We are going to just become aware of the incoming breath and outgoing breath. The breath is always happening without our awareness. And for these 15 minutes, we're going to just keep our awareness with the breath. We're going to watch the breath as it comes in and as it goes out. Breath is always in this moment. And you are coming into this moment with the breath. You are turning all your attention within. Because you are worthy of your attention. With this attitude, with this feeling that I am worthy, I deserve this attention. Allow your breath to take you within. Relax with the breath. Meditation is relaxed awareness. And as you just start becoming aware, have the attitude of acceptance. If you notice any sensations, just be a watcher with no judgment. Become aware of it and accept it. Even if there is an unpleasant sensation, do not try to make it go away. Simply accept. In the universe, in life, everything is accepted and included. As you're doing your best to be within, if you hear any sounds that are coming from outside, include them as well. Accept that as well. If your mind is going here and there, thoughts are coming, just tell yourself, your mind, you need to be. Remind yourself you are worthy of this time. Let the breath take you deep within now. Into silent spaces, into stillness. simply being with the breath. Look within. Seek within. The wise ones found all that they needed within. The worth is already there within you. Allow yourself to feel more and more acceptance, more and more love, as if every breath is just going deeper and deeper with this beautiful energy. Ride on the wave of the breath. Trust your own experience. Relax into it. When we feel worthy, we trust our intuition, the answers that come to us from within. When we trust our own intuition, we follow our own journey. When we feel worthy, we manifest our potential. We allow our light to shine. Nothing from outside adds or diminishes your worth. Connect to that worth which is already there. How would you be? How would you feel now if you saw that worth? Allow yourself to feel that now. Just knowing that you already are worthy and you don't have to arrive anywhere. You don't have to prove anything. Let yourself right now taste it. When you tune into this feeling of worthiness, how do you feel about yourself right now? You're already giving a taste to yourselves as you tune into that. Feel it. Feel it in your body. And allow yourself to now pay attention. What would you do today? Anything different that you may do today if you were feeling worthy about yourself? If you saw already that you are worthy, what would be the actions that you may take which are different from what you do otherwise? How would you treat others differently when you saw your worth, lived as a worthy being? What would be different in the way that you treat others, in the way that you relate? Feel yourself living as this worthy being. As you're right now feeling the worthiness, seeing yourself doing those actions differently and feeling that your neurons are firing together, you're already connected to that worth. You may remember this feeling every day. Start tuning into that. Start living as this worthy being, as this infinite being who's come here to share love, to share your wisdom. Your wisdom matters. You matter. Your desires matter. Our desires connect us to our purpose. You are included, loved as a whole. Each and every part of you is loved, accepted. Just allow yourself to do that. Allow yourself to accept all of you. And know that you are worthy just as you are today. Remembering this feeling, you are getting ready to come back as this worthy being. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Slowly you can rub your palms together, cover your eyes, and slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. If anybody would like to share anything about the meditation, we can just take 1 or 2 sharings, or any question at all regarding this. We're already at 7:45. Friends, if anybody needs to leave, feel free.
Doctor, I would like
And okay, friends, also just in Mumbai, we are holding another inner child workshop. We had just 1-2 months back, but because we were having a lot of inquiries, we are again doing it in June, 10th and 11th of June. So please share with your friend, Divya, am I right?
11th and 12th June.
11th and 12th, sorry. So please share with your friends if anybody would like to join this workshop. Latika has joined. Thank you. Thank you so much, Latika. Welcome. I didn't see you. Okay, friends, anybody would like to share? Ask anything?
Doctor, I would like to ask one thing.
Yes, Deep.
Whenever I'm sitting for meditation, it's just not like I have made it a part of my life. Morning, evening, I do it. But most of the time, mind is constantly wandering here and there. It becomes very difficult to get it back, go into that zero thought. Pehle ho jata tha, now it's getting a little difficult. So even while staying with the breath, it's there for like a minute or two, and then again, somehow the thought starts to wander the head. This is happening. Is this related somewhere to self worth?
Deep, I'm sorry. I think ma'am's gotten disconnected.
Hi, Divya. Okay.
Hi, just give me a moment. I'll just check with her.
Wisdom matter, your
1 second. So sorry.
your desires are connected to your purpose.
She's just trying to, log back in. I think there's a network issue. She's traveling. So let's just give this a minute, please, friends.
Cool, yeah.
Thank you.
Very
So sorry.
sorry. Very sorry.
No worries, no worries.
Yes.
So yeah,
Whenever you sit to meditate,
yeah. So constantly, like for a minute or two, I have a hold on my thoughts. Zero thought is there for like a minute or two. Uske baad again, some of the other thought keeps coming in. Sometimes from the day has been passing on, or sometimes kahan ka bhi like there's no connection to any thoughts. ठीक है वैसे हो जाता है. Also, once the meditation is finished, उसके बाद I do feel light, but during the meditation वो थोड़ा it's disturbing. Is it somewhere related to self worth?
so the self-worth will start developing once you just start paying attention, right? It's basically the knack of meditation. This is exactly what the practice is. We have to become the master of our mind. Right now, the mind is the master. So every day this will happen, that the thoughts will come. When you come back, now the more you start feeling worthy, the more you start recognizing that I need to just give myself this time, the more easily, because it's so clear to you. Right? So all those fear of missing out, everything that I said, the more we say, oh no, right now only in meditation this idea is coming, I have to just follow this. So then we will get distracted. So we just start practicing this, bringing our mind back. That's what will happen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Preeti, may I ask?
Yes.
Preeti, I wanted to ask if sometimes regarding the subconscious beliefs from the childhood or whatever life we have already spent, when I hear the examples from you or otherwise, I feel no, this is not for me. We have never been fed this kind of feedback, so this is not for me. But then immediately second thought is, okay, maybe subconsciously somewhere it has happened. So how do I get the clarity about this?
So as you just start meditating regularly and observing also at other times. So when we are practicing meditation, we're taking time, meditation on the mat. And then the other times we are actually also becoming mindful of what's happening within. So for example, when you're interacting with somebody, hear your own voice. What are you saying? For example, when we say कि अच्छा नहीं किसी के और के साथ अच्छा होता है पर मेरे साथ तो अच्छा होता नहीं है. Now this is a belief. When I catch myself, now what happens is when I'm not mindful, I believe exactly and I'm not seeing it. But when I start becoming mindful, I may be saying it, but also a part of me says, अरे ये क्या बोल रही है? Right? So then I kind of recognize, that's how you'll start recognizing beliefs. You start tracking it down within and we have to question our own thoughts and beliefs. That is it really true? मेरे साथ अच्छा नहीं होता है. Why should I say that? Right? Where is it coming from? So this kind of self-inquiry will keep taking you deeper. And that is when we become aware of subconscious thoughts. When we say subconscious, this is not something that we see on the surface. It's only when you start paying attention. Supposing if you start, writing every day what kind of thoughts you think, you will realize that every day I'm thinking all these thoughts. Right? So put it on paper, allow yourself to see. That's how you will slowly become aware of it. And then you can start working with it. Thank you, Urvashiji.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful friends.
Dr. Preeti,
Yes.
hi, how are you?
Hi. Good, Ankit. Tell me.
I
Good
need to
morning.
ask you, good morning. I just need to ask you something. Thank you so much for the wonderful meditation and the topic of the day. I just realized in my midnight, the same topic reflecting, though I read it a few days back, but it just happened to me today that I really felt that self-worthiness. That, it's sometimes that I don't pay attention to myself. and I'm expecting the others' validation for my existence in this world. And for a while, I just felt like completely lonely, left out in this whole world. Sorry, I just had a very emotional thing when doing the meditation. Sorry for my speech. But why that arises, like how it comes, like, I mean, and how do you, I mean, I understand there's something has to be acceptance, or which you said that, but it keeps happening some other way.
Just 1 second.
How do we? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, please. Thank you. So, Ankit, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sorry for this. I'm in a hotel and somebody is just kind of, yeah. So, firstly, when this happens, right now when that emotional thing is coming, just allow yourself to feel it completely, right? So, as we said that on this plane, all this pain is there, and all the emotion is also valid, right? Now, underlying that emotion, there is a need. For example, need to be accepted. I'm just taking an example. Can you identify your need? Right? And once you do that, once you recognize that, we start nurturing our inner child. When you're acknowledging the emotion, that emotion also passes. It's an energy, it gets processed. But that it's informing you about a need. So we start paying attention to that need. So, developing this self-worth is a process. But every time you're choosing now not to look outside, the bonus may come. But most important is first you start giving yourself that attention, accepting yourself unconditionally. So don't miss this opportunity when that emotion is coming up. Just take about 10 minutes. Just look into what's coming up. What's that need? Right? So when it comes from outside, that is just a bonus. But we first should, look at ourselves and give that beautiful love and acceptance to our own selves.
Right. So thank you, because it was just coming as if the throat is blocked. I couldn't speak, couldn't utter anything. That's at some point.
I can sense it right now. Just sit with it after this, no? Just sit with it. Because a lot of these things have happened early in some significant memories of childhood, Ankit. So sometimes when we actually start paying attention to it, you may even connect back to a memory, maybe when you were 5-year-old, something that happened, right? And somewhere that's where an emotion block has happened. A belief may have been formed, right? So we need to just look into that. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, friends, for joining on this Saturday.
Thank you.
May I just share?
Yes. Who's that? Sorry, I can't see.
Sarika here, Preeti.
Sarika, yes. Hi.
Ankit, thank you so much for speaking up, because even I had I was completely choked up. I was crying throughout the meditation. I was not able to see my self-worth. I think somebody's there at the door. Please attend, and then I'll talk.
I did get up and yes.
Yeah. So throughout the meditation, when it started, I could see like Bartan with one stain, and I resonated it with one mistake that I have done, and I just couldn't feel worthy even one moment, not even 1 second. There was no self-worth, and I feel I'm not worthy of love. And throughout, I felt that I've done a mistake, so I'm not worthy. I don't know. It just. I'm just not able to get over. I mean, forgiveness, acceptance. There are moments when I feel, yeah, I'm accepting. And I don't even know whether that's a big mistake, but to me it is a mistake. Maybe as a child I have always been doing things right and never done anything wrong. So something out of the box, something which is not normal. And so I don't know, I'm just not, I just realized how much I accuse myself, how much I'm just don't love myself, don't accept myself just because of that mistake. And that is what came up.
Thank you, Sarika, for sharing that. Right. And it's beautiful that it has come up. I think somewhere those three things that I kind of shared, right? Just pay attention to that. Just knowing that there is a lesson there, right? And there is actually no stain. The stain that you saw is the perception. Right now, yes, you're seeing it and go through this, right? But it's good that you're seeing it, right? But move towards forgiveness and love. Okay, I will recommend a beautiful book to you, Your Soul's Love. I would like you to
Sorry?
read that. Your Soul's Love.
Okay,
I would like you to read that book.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarika, for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you for the space, friends.
Thank you. We love you.
Again.
Thank you, friends.
Thank
Latika
you,
ji,
Dr.
you wanted to
Preeti.
share something?
Thank you so much, Preeti. I think it's not just an accident that I came across this, because as Ankit started and the other friend also said, I'm also standing at the same platform. And what I felt is that when I work on my self-worth and I come back, have done self, then immediately love from outside world starts coming in, and again I'm going out. So as you said, I need to work on my inner child. And is there any chance that you can, as a part 2, you can take a inner child meditation, so that we can really connect back to where exactly is the seed of this at
Sure.
the inner child. So as a part of this part 2 self-worth, you can take us back to our
Done.
inner child.
Done. Done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Latika. Thank you so much. Thank you, friends. See you all again very soon. Thank you, Latika, for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Preeti.
you.